recording. Welcome to HomeFront SitRep. I hope you're in for a great show today, because I'm just a veteran talking about what's on my mind and maybe yours.
You can find HomeFront SitRep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you find your favorite podcasts. You can also check out HomeFront SitRep's YouTube channel.
Buckle up, the show is starting.
Battlefield, same damn life. No spotlight shining on the ones who serve. Just great sacrifice and a whole lot of nerve. From small town shops to a helping hand, we're lifting each other, yeah, that's the plan. No red tape, no filter, no disguise. Just truth in the fire behind our eyes. This is HomeFront SitRep. Hear the call, where the real ones rise and the fallen stand tall. Every voice matters, every story's legit. We're family here. This is HomeFront SitRep. From the shadows to the spotlight we step. Yeah, this is HomeFront SitRep. From the scars we carry to the lives we reveal. From the weight of silence to the strength of will. Non-profits grinding, boots on the street. No headlines chasing, just mission complete. Veteran alone, still chasing the dream. From a mic to a message, we're building a team. Creators and fighters, yeah, we all belong. Turn the pain into purpose, turn the hurt into song. No politics, no games, no divide. Just warriors standing side by side. This is HomeFront SitRep. Hear the call, where the real ones rise and the fallen stand tall. Every voice matters, every story's legit. We're family here. This is HomeFront SitRep. From the shadows to the spotlight we step. Yeah, this is HomeFront SitRep. We don't forget, we don't walk away. We carry each other through every day. From combat boots to a boss to a seat, still standing tall, still hard to defeat. Real stories, real impact, real people. This ain't just a podcast. This is a movement. This is HomeFront SitRep, loud and clear, for the ones still fighting year after year. Every voice matters, every story's legit. We're family here. This is HomeFront SitRep. Yeah, we rise, we grind, no regrets. Welcome to HomeFront SitRep.
Welcome, everybody, to Monday edition of HomeFront SitRep. How is everybody doing? Gunny, how are you, sir?
I'm good, man. How are you doing?
Dude, that's how I feel.
I mean, you know, if you're gonna have technical difficulties, have to have technical difficulties, right?
Right.
No, I'm good, man. Still tired from the weekend. I had a great weekend, you know, this past week. I guess 2 weeks now, right? Because we're recording. Was Warrior Weekend. Thursday. Also, Kevin and Lauren came to the homestead here and in the office and did my interview for Van of Valor. And then right after that, took off to Camp Chautauqua and, you know, did Warrior Weekend. So welcome the new first year attendees. And then Friday morning, up bright and early down to Lexington, we did a jump for the Kentucky Veterans Hall of Fame. It was the announcement of this year's inductees, and then back up to start skydiving to finish out the day. So got in just as the last tandems were coming in. The team suited up and did their big flag jump with the 5,000 square foot American flag, thin blue line. Oh man, the honor member, the Purple Heart. And then, they finished out the rides, went back over to Camp C, and, we talked about it, forever ago, that there was the possibility of, me getting nominated for another award other than the Who's Who in America award. And they surprised me with the Legion of Honor award with the Chapel of the Four Chaplains. Yeah. Man, just very, very humbled experience. What goes into that, what it means, what it represents. And dude, just I didn't know what to say after, I didn't know what to do, and was kind of lost because I don't do all this stuff nonprofit wise for any accolades. I mean, this stuff on the wall, I said it before, I said it to Kevin and Lauren, eventually it's all going to end up in a friggin' box in the basement, right? These things behind me, the boys are already fighting over, and I'm not even dead yet. But the rest of the stuff on the wall, I mean, that's stuff for me to reflect on all the good that I've done, to get away from some of the dark moments, but, just to be able to reflect on, some positive moments in my life, and, especially, Marine Corps life, and especially post Marine Corps life. We talk about, losing our sense of purpose and direction all the time on the show. And, this stuff up here just gives me that, that I found my new purpose. I found my new direction, and it keeps me focused on tasks now. Right. But yeah, and then Saturday, we did the half day at the range. You got some trigger time in, and then came back, and then they took off on the Jeep parade. They got back from the Jeep parade. Team jumped in again with the same flags, plus the POW flag this time. And then we had the dinner, the gala, the Tunnel of Love, the introduction of all the new attendees, the reading of the Missing Man table, the invocation from former Vietnam POW Guy Gruters, Greg Gadsden speaking, Kevin and Lauren speaking, the singing of the national anthem, dinner, right? The, introduction of Team Fast Tracks and all the members that were there. And then, finally honoring and remembering the families that made the ultimate sacrifice, those Gold Star families that were in attendance, and the one family of the fallen police officer from here, close to me. He was run down last year and killed, and his widow came in with their foster child this year, and just we loved on all of them and let them know that their sacrifice wasn't forgotten, that people out here remember the sacrifice, and it's not going to be forgotten, and we always speak their name. Woke up Sunday, and then came home and did absolutely nothing. I took a shower, I kicked my legs up. So our couch has a pull out, so you can make a nice little lounge chair. That's all I did all day yesterday. We ordered in. I didn't even leave the house. Like, I didn't even step outside. I felt outside when I opened the door to let dogs out and let them back in. But other than that, I stayed inside. And then this morning I woke up and took off the J mat, and I meant to bring it in. I'm going to have Micah go grab it, or one of the kids go grab it, and we'll show it here a little bit later. But Mogadishu Mile, Kentucky brown water went on sale today. And unfortunately right now it's only on sale at the gift shop at J Mattingly. They're getting ready to transition to different distributors, so they're not going to send anything to the current one. They may send it to the new one, depending on how sales go. But as of today, when I left there were probably close to 100 bottles sold already.
Oh man,
that's today's day one. Now, they did not turn away anybody over the weekend if they came in and said, "Hey, do you have the Mogadishu Mile bottle?" They didn't turn anybody away. But today they went out on the showroom floor, and they're flying off the shelves, man. There was 3 or 4 bottles sold while I was there.
Man, that's awesome.
Yeah, then came home, did dinner, and here we are, right? Having some
With
technical
technical
difficulties, not being able to go live. So we're going to record and play it, next week. So
Nope,
or
it's gonna be played. It's gonna be played tonight. I'm gonna, as soon as we get done recording, I'm gonna download it and upload it.
download it tonight. All right,
Yeah,
all right.
that
So
way it
yeah,
go
so but yeah,
so
man, it's just what a friggin' weekend, and to be able to bring you into a little bit of what I do, on almost a weekly basis, right? And see the team in action and come in and experience Warrior Weekend. You've heard me talk about it for years,
yeah.
and you got to experience it firsthand, and just watch people, kind of transform over a weekend.
Oh yeah, yeah. No, it was super cool. So I didn't get to go up day one. I went up on Friday. I met you in Lexington for the jump there in Lexington at the Kentucky Hall of Fame announcement for the inductees. I got to see you guys in action there, right? And then plus I got to meet all the people that were there for all of that. That was super cool. And then, we jumped in the cars. You went your way, I went my way, and I followed. We met up there in Miamisburg, Ohio, up there at Start Skydiving. And I got to, introduce myself to people there, right? And get to see you guys jump with all the big flags and get to see the tandem jumps and
Yeah.
the Huey rides that were going on and stuff of that nature. And then we went over to Camp C, and while I was over there, you were doing your own thing because you were busy, right? So I had to
Always.
I had to introduce myself to people, and I met some quite a lot of people while we were over there. Got to talk with Colonel Greg Gadsden. That's his book there. He's going to be coming on the show eventually. I just need to reach out to him and get him scheduled. Then I got to meet Lauren and Kevin face to face instead of just through the screen here, right? And then everybody else that we got to hang out with, through break bread with there at dinner time. The fellas from Warrior Honor Cruise, all of those guys, which I've met all of them except for one,
Right.
and I got to meet him at this trip here. And then we went to the range on Saturday, and I got paired up with CJ and Kirk, and is it Andrew?
Yeah, far.
Yeah, Andrew. And it was super cool because like they just adopted me basically in their little group of four or three came four, and we just challenged each other. Like they put me on that one range where you shoot the targets one way and they flip over to the other side.
Yeah, the shooting tree.
And I hit all my targets, and then the lady's like, just go ahead and start shooting his. So I hit a couple of his, and so he thought he hit, but he didn't. But no, it was fun, man. We had a great time. I can't thank David Hart and Team Fast Tracks and Blue Skies for the good guys and gals, Warrior Foundation, and of course you for allowing me to come up and just experience it. I mean, it was amazing. I've been in the nonprofit world for many years now, and I will tell you that was a really well organized and well run event. And they loved on the Purple Heart guys, the Gold Star families. Everybody. I mean, it was just it. I felt like I belonged. I'm not a Purple Heart guy. I'm not a Gold Star, but I felt like I belonged. So it was an amazing experience. So, but no, man, it was awesome. And then of course, I had to work today in this blistering heat outside. It was 9. I know at one time I looked, it was 96 on my truck, but they said it felt like 100 and something degrees. So.
Oh, thank you.
But anyway, so we're not live. I wish we were, but we have a great guest coming on tonight. We have Tony Goodesmith, a U.S. Army and Army National Guard veteran with more than 2 decades of service, entrepreneur, veteran advocate, and commander of AMVETS Post 12 in Washington, D.C. Throughout his military career, Tony learned the importance of leadership, accountability, teamwork, and taking care of people standing beside you. Today, he continues putting those principles in action by helping veterans and their family connect with resources, benefit, and support they've earned. Through AMVETS Post 12, Tony and his team are focused on some of the biggest challenges facing our veteran community, which we'll get into that on the show. So I think we're ready to bring him up. What do you think?
For sure, we've definitely run our sucks enough.
Yeah, we have. All right, let's bring him up. Sir, welcome to HomeFront SitRep. How are you doing?
I'm doing great, Brother Willis. And is it Gunny? Sam Gunny? It's
Yes,
a pleasure,
sir, yes.
pleasure to be
Sam's
on your
fine.
show.
Sam's
Thank you for having me.
Well, first off, we want to say thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to come hang out with us here on HomeFront SitRep. I do apologize for the technical difficulties, but we will get this episode aired as soon as we're done here. So if you don't mind, do me a favor and introduce yourself to the world of HomeFront SitRep.
Well, thank you again, guys. My name is Anthony Goodesmith. They call me Tony, which spelled backwards, I found out recently, means why not. So that's how I became a soldier, because I raised my right hand and they said, repeat after me, that you swear to defend the Constitution and everything it stands for and defend this great country. So I said, why not? And that has lasted for, more than 40 years, 20 years with regular Army, National Guard, New Jersey National Guard, New York Reserves combined. And then I said, U.S. Army also stands for Uncle Sam ain't released me yet. So that's why we are still continuing to serve, our fellow veterans that are active and are retired or are separated. So that's my story, and I'm sticking with it. I am the commander of AMVETS Post number 12 right here in Washington, D.C., and we help veterans, as you mentioned, that have separated, that are active, that are in the community of veterans here in the DMV area. We call D.C., Washington, D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. And we help them with a myriad of resources, such as financial literacy, entrepreneurship, and in terms of starting your own business for yourself, jobs that are connected to the MOS, or if they like to venture out into a new space, which is growing right now, cybersecurity or digital assets. We have partnerships with the University of Maryland Global Campus, where we offer about 17 free scholarships to veterans and their caregivers. And we also have a corporate partnership with DeFi Tax. And DeFi Tax basically is an official financial literacy educational partner of ours that helps with institutional accounting discipline, with managing your digital assets, whether that's crypto or the space of de-risking your crypto interaction for military families, and giving a clear guidance on the cost basis, tracking, staking of rewards, and also swaps and mappings of the current IRS framework. So we don't want any of our veterans to get in trouble with the IRS. So DeFi Tax helps to map veterans' financial pathways to keep them, compliant with the IRS.
That's pretty neat. That's pretty neat. So, all right. So you got AMVETS, you got the Legion, you got VFWs. What sets AMVETS apart from the rest of them?
Very good question, Willis. What sets AMVETS apart is that, unlike any other VSO, you don't have to specifically be a disabled veteran. You don't have to be a veteran of a foreign war. You don't have to be a veteran. I mean, you could be a veteran of the Space Force, the Air Force, Army, Navy, Marine, Coast Guard, and we basically take you in as a family member, brother or sister, and help you with any of the needs or the resources that we have. And like I said, we partner with the whole veteran community in order to galvanize that support and bring it to the highest standard and the highest level of integrity to improve the everyday living conditions of our veterans. That's what it's all about. After you've served and you risk your life, some of us have given the ultimate sacrifice. We take care of that veteran and their families, no questions asked. And we've been doing it since 1947. We're celebrating our 80th anniversary awesome. Down in Orlando. We're having our national convention down in Orlando in a couple of weeks. So this is something that, every member of AMVETS is committed to. And that's why we keep recruiting. We're about 300,000 members strong, and we keep growing. So I'm very happy and committed to this mission and this part of my service in my life.
Heck yeah. So it looks here. So you did 20 years, right? Operation Desert Storm, post 9/11 missions, including Operation Enduring Freedom and Noble Eagle. What did you do while you were in the military? What was your MOS?
I was enlisted as a combat signaler. So I was the guy that was splicing and putting wires together to support, field artillery units, and they call them 13 Bang Bang, the guys who were feeding the 8-inch howitzers in Germany and stateside. We were the teletype operators, back in the day, and then that progressed to cybersecurity to present day. So we were the communications support.
Nice.
For the field artillery, the forward observers, the armored division. I served it with, as we mentioned before, with Home of the Armor, Fort Knox, Kentucky there. The 5th of the 41st Field Artillery Unit there. And did the same thing there. Served over in Germany with the 7th Corps in Augsburg, Germany, which I don't think is anymore. Rieskasern, they closed that down, but that was back in the 80s. What was it, 83 to like late 84, 85. And the Berlin Wall was still up at that time. And I never forget, they sent a small unit over to East Berlin. I was part of that, to kind of like a ambassador, but I think they didn't tell us anything, but I think we were spies on Putin's little operation there in East Berlin. We even saw the putting our lives on the line for.
Yeah, and it wasn't much different than what North Korea and South Korea still are today.
Exactly.
Right? And there's still it's not a wall, it's a fence, right? It's a high fence, and it's dark. I mean, if you go up to the DMZ or even just look on Google Earth, right? There's little to no light in North Korea when they're looking at that nightscape when the satellites go over.
Exactly.
But and there's still buildings, right? There's still a changing of the guard and everything that happens right there in the defector room or whatever they want to call it anymore. And you've got guy behind guy behind guy behind guy. If someone decides to defect, their job is to eliminate that thing. And it was the same thing as East and West Germany when that was going on.
Exactly. So that really puts it in your eyes and your heart and your mind that this is not a fantasy. This is the real deal, and this is why we put on the uniform and we born to battle, just to keep us free. So we're not all in the dark and eating rat soup. That we want to continue to have this country to maintain its freedom, its liberty, and everything that's near and dear to our hearts and to our families' hearts.
Yeah, I mean, every service member knows the cost of freedom, right? There's a little bit more meaning behind it if you've served in combat or in a combat area. But to go to some of those countries, with the skydive team, I spent 10 days in China, probably 8-10 years ago, and it's still communist China. I mean, people move freely throughout the nation, but what's on their TV is being pushed by the government, right? There's no free TV. There's no free speech and stuff like that over there. I mean, there's cameras everywhere. Every hotel we went into, we had to present our passport, and then when we left, we had to present it at a different hotel. Or, I mean, there's not a whole lot of, for Westerners, free movement. But it was weird. We were the only white people that they had ever seen other than TV. Mm-hmm. And we're like, "Where are you from?" We're like, "Oh, Ohio." "Oh, LeBron James?" So they knew that, right? But they couldn't decipher. I mean, they're walking way out in front of us, like taking selfies. And if we stopped to take photos, we got swarmed because they're like, "Oh, we got to show all of our friends." We took people with pictures of white people. I was like, I can imagine if we had like a Hispanic or a black person on the team, what would be happening right now, because they don't see anybody like that way in, it's basically like Inner Mongolia for the most part is where we were, the central area of China. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And we don't think about that here in the States, right? Because everywhere you go, you see a mix and a blend of people. And I mean, even if you go in the deep South, you're going to see, a blend. You go to the Midwest, you're going to see a king. Everything puts a toll on the body. And there's a lot of people that are like, "Oh, I didn't do anything, so I'm not supposed to, file my claim." Yes, absolutely. File your claim.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Well, is that what you would tell them to? File your claim.
File your claim. And that's funny you say that, because we just recruited a World War II veteran, Dr. Reverend Arlester Brown, 102 years old.
Oh, man.
And do you know he's only at 20 or 30% in his VA claim?
What?
Wow. I said, "Bro, we got to get our disability benefits officer on your butt so you can get 100% before you expire." You ain't got much time.
That's crazy. I mean, but there's a lot. I mean, especially the Vietnam era guys, because some of them got treated bad when they got back by the VA, right?
Right.
Of course, they got treated bad when they came home by some of the general public too, and a lot of them have shied away from the VA. Exactly. And then you got my generation, Willis's generation, that come along, and they're seeing some of the good that the VA is doing, and they're like, "Oh, maybe I need to do that." And of course, if we get to have interactions with them, you need to file for your benefits. You earn them.
Same
especially
thing.
With all the what is it, the PACT Act, and all that stuff that just started including a lot of things that they didn't have before. So absolutely, go and file your claim.
Yeah, well, I'm glad you brought this up, because the Take Care of America's Veterans Act is, as you know, is before Congress, and that's been going to be voted on, or if it's already been voted on in the House, the Senate has to vote on it, and that's about $38 to $60 million that they are going to put forth for veterans. But there's some controversy about it, because there's a couple of ratings like tinnitus and sleep apnea that they want to downgrade, and it's a complex issue. But the bill itself, AMVETS is for it, and I'm for it because it will help keep that $38 billion in the VA's hands, strictly just for veterans, rather than losing it and going back to the Treasury. So we could talk more about that if you like.
So you just brought up a good point. So you got the Major Richard Starr Act, and then you've got the Take Care of America's Veterans Act. We've had numerous discussions on HomeFront SitRep, and then also the tip of the spear that we do. How much fluff? All right. So with the Major Richard Starr Act, when it first was originally brought to wherever, it was good, right? And then they added some fluff to it where it made it where it was not not great, but not bad either, right? So like with me, I'm not 20 years. I didn't do 20 years. I did 6 years. I didn't retire. So it really doesn't affect me, right? Now with Gunny, who was medically retired after 14 years, that has his combat compensation pay that he gets, and then it would affect him differently because it would actually make him lose money. So now, if I'm right, Gunny, when it was originally written, you wouldn't have lost money, correct?
Still would have lost. The way that was written initially, it was you would get your retirement, right? Whatever your 20-year retirement would have been at your rank, at your current rank, and all that stuff. But then they put that combat related special compensation in, and the difference, right, of the two dollar amounts and the Richard Starr Act, because it is a retirement, because I live in Kentucky, it would still be taxed, where the combat special compensation is not taxed. So even if the Richard Starr Act had a little bit more money, at the end of the day, when it's taxed, I'm losing. But for like an E4 or an E5 that were still on their first enlistment or right into their second enlistment, it'd be highly beneficial for them. Yeah. But for me, as an E7 with 14 plus years, it doesn't benefit me. It's beneficial across the board for everybody, especially if they keep that combat related special compensation piece in, and the guys that were in as long as me or longer can choose one or the other, right? Not just be forced one path. Right. So and that's where I had problems and hesitations with the Richard Starr Act, but it's beneficial for everybody across the board, as long as that combat related special compensation piece stays available to the guys that have been basically receiving it since 2010, 2011, 2012, whenever it came out.
Right. And then I've seen with like the Take Care of America Veterans Act, both sides of the story. There's good things in there for us as veterans, and then there's also bad things in there. Like there's guys out there that are trying to get like sleep apnea linked as a secondary, stuff like that. And I guess I don't really understand. Like I got a chronic severe sleep apnea. And some people said, oh, well, that's not, you can't really link that to combat service or non-combat service. But it can be linked to PTSD, and it can be linked to anxiety and stuff of that nature. Like one of my first deployments was to Haiti in 1999. And I will tell you, the moral injury PTSD from there is where a lot of my PTSD and my anxiety comes from. And I'm trying to link
senses away from all the crowd, but again, it doesn't cure it. It's not being cured. Let's say post-traumatic stress. Oh, you're on meds. You've been to the psychiatrist. Yeah, you're cured. No, it doesn't happen like that. So I think that's, they need to at least come to a common ground somewhere. And I know there's a pushback from some of the other,
VSOs like VFW, VFW and DAV are against it. But from what I understand, it's because of it's in their resolution that if there's any reduction in disability ratings, they have to be against it because it's in their Constitution.
It's in their bylaws and Constitution.
It's in their bylaws, correct. So that explains why, AMVETS is for it, because we've been trying to, and this is before, it's not like you say a blue or red issue. It's just been three administrations that this has been trying to be passed, like the Richard Starr Act, the Love Lives Act, Veteran Access Act. There's a whole bunch of different bills that are being put into this one legislation. And this is the first time they say that we have an opportunity to push all of these bills together and get them approved. So that's why this is a big deal.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a lot of people that understand too, in that Take Care of American Veterans Act, that there is so much other stuff, right? Good things that's being pushed through that track, and it's not a toilet seat for the Capitol. It's not this. It's all things that for veterans. There's not any obscure things where if you don't pass this, then this is going to happen. That's not there. It's just all these other things that have been in the works for 12 to 16 years, right?
Exactly.
And it's finally coming together to this one thing.
Yeah. So I think this
that's
is
what people need to understand.
Yeah, I think this is a moonshot mission for veterans and their families, not just for veterans, but what about the Gold Star? And nationally, we have about 300,000 members.
Nice.
And we're always recruiting, so you guys can fill out a lifetime membership. There's a convention to officially change it to the auxiliary, just for that purpose. So the husbands can join with their military wives.
Nice.
Very good.
So you also are a CEO. So outside of your many hats, you also are CEO of a medical company, correct?
Yes, sir. Standard Medical Systems, or Standard Medical Equipment Systems, which primarily functions as a DME, durable medical equipment company. And we distribute and we're resellers of medical devices, equipment, and also health and wellness products. And we donate a lot of our products and devices to the VA and to military veterans and their families. So we've been serving for about over 20 years now. Started from our kitchen table in Detroit, Michigan, and we moved to Washington, D.C., and became a federal contractor with the VA and the DOD and, state and local governments to be a contractor. So it's been rewarding and fulfilling at the same time to offer the most latest and greatest medical technology to our veterans and the military community. We're working with a company called Luminous Micro, which has a device which is an endoscope that is the tiniest, smallest endoscope in the world that can go into the body and perform surgeries, which they call it's non-invasive, and it's basically going into the sinuses, where it's very difficult. With the New Jersey National Guard, I also finished up my college, my bachelor's degree at Long Island University in Brooklyn, New York, and then I got into medical sales with pharma sales with a company called Eli Lilly. Then I spent about 3.5 years there, moved on to another pharma company called AstraZeneca, and I really cut my teeth on pharmaceutical distribution and sales. And then I went into medical device sales with a company called Hoffman LaRoche. You probably heard of it, out of New Jersey. So after having about maybe 8 to 10 years in the medical device world, I had the crazy idea of starting my own startup company back in 2005 and developed Standard Medical, and started reselling medical devices and products. And then my wife supporting her, and in her field, which is legal. She's an attorney, and we moved here to Washington, D.C. And I said, well, I can't be, I'm not going to join the auxiliary. I'm going to be a good husband, but not a husband that sit home and just manicuring my lawn. So that's when I got my hands really deep with entrepreneurship with Standard Medical Systems.
Very cool.
That's super cool. That is super cool. So, is there anything that you want to touch on that we haven't touched on?
Well, just wanted to say that supporting veterans is like, I couldn't even think of not doing that. It's so intertwined into my DNA right now. It's just like to the day I die, that's what I want to do, is continue to support veterans and serve that way, and increase the quality of life for every veterans that's served honorably, and continue to fight on Capitol Hill for their rights and for their benefits. And we just need to continue to lock arms and not have the divisions that we have with the different VSOs. We need to come together and find common ground to continue to lift each other up and their families in this thing called life after serving.
Yes, sir. So if people wanted to find you, you meaning AMVETS Post 12, where can they find you? Your webpage, social medias, where can they find you?
They can find us at AMVETS-Post12DC.org. And our email is similar, AMVETS-Post12DC@gmail.com. And we're located, our office is centrally located in the DC area in Rockville, Maryland, 1700 Rockville Pike.
And on Facebook, I think it's Post 12 AMVETS on Facebook, if I remember correctly. I'd have to look again, but I think it's what I tagged earlier.
Yeah, I haven't looked in a while myself, but our media person handles all that. And I also want to mention that we have an ongoing campaign for our fund, which is called the Never Forgotten Fund, and we have a challenge coin that we give to all of our donors and also our recipients of the grant. And we're trying to get this fund, which helps veterans in need and in crisis, financially, to help them with housing, with their financial literacy, with our partner DeFi Tax, and also with benefits and helping them attain their 100% disability benefits. So this is basically a 3-pillar program where we help them also with mental health as well.
That's awesome. That is awesome. Gunny,
yeah. Do you guys have any events coming up throughout the rest of the year, like golf scrambles or job fairs or anything like that you want to push out?
Yes, sir. Thank you for asking. We do have a cotillion that is coming up on September the 20th at the Army Navy Country Club. It is, in Arlington, Virginia. Then after that, we also have our Never Forgotten Fun gala, black tie gala event, and that's going to be at Air Force, Andrews Air Force Base Club, and that's going to be on October the 24th. And you'll see all that information on our website, but we're going to be honoring our most distinguished veterans, which is Dr. Arlester Brown. He's that 102-year-old World War II veteran I mentioned before, and he's going to be at our national convention as well as at the Never Forgotten Fun black tie event in October the 24th. So I hope you guys can come. We have challenge coins, and we have a lot of other great gifts that we would like to disseminate to Willis and Gunny and anybody else that would like to join us. Please go to our website, AMVETS-Post12DC.org.
Awesome. Well, I have no more questions. Gunny, anymore?
No, I'm fresh up, man. I asked mine throughout the show.
You did. You did.
I did good today, Willis.
I like
You
it. I
didn't have
like
to
it.
ask me anymore.
Oh, and one more thing I forgot to mention: rowing to remember. That's going to be a race down the Potomac with all veterans on Veterans Day and Veterans Week coming up in November. We're planning to have that event as well to remember the sacrifices of all of our veterans.
So I'm on your website, and and it says the City Walking Tour. What is that?
Well, it's basically we take veterans on a city walking tour to all the monuments in DC, and we explain the history, like the Vietnam's Veterans Memorial Wall. We were taking a bus full of veterans down there. Probably next week on Monday, we're going to be busing about 13 veterans to visit the wall down there, and also the World War II Memorial and the Korean Memorial. So we do a walking tour of all the memorials pretty much on a monthly basis.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I get to DC probably once or twice a year, and every time I go, I try to do it at night, because the only thing you get the sounds of the planes every now and again, but you don't have the hustle and bustle of the city like you do during the day.
Yeah.
And it's just a little bit more somber during the
Yeah.
day or during the night too, especially when you're at the wall, right? And you're at that center point, and you turn and you look up towards the Washington Monument and then the Capitol, and you can see that Washington Monument, the reflection in the wall, and you got the lights that come up, and when people are walking by, you just see that reflection on the wall as they're walking. And it reminds me of that one painting where the one guy's leaning against the wall, and it's got his soldiers and his teammates coming back. And then, you go over, and they've expanded the Korea side so much. And
Yeah.
it was amazing before, but to go now and read the names from every branch of service, from private to generals of every branch, the South Vietnamese that are listed as well, that fought alongside the U.S. services that made the ultimate sacrifice too. And it's just something unbelievable to see. I mean, like I said, it was before. I don't like going in the morning when that fog rolls in, because it freaks me out a little bit. Because you get one guy in the back, all you see is his head, and then you see slowly you see everybody else. But after spending time in Korea and walking the rice paddies and first thing in the morning, that's what it was. That's what it is. It's just cool how they built everything and how meaningful everything is for every single war memorial in the that area.
Yeah. Well, we would like to extend to anybody who wants to do it at night. I'll walk with you guys at night, and carry a little pocket flashlight so we don't trip over anything. But
right,
I would be open to that.
Yeah. The Disabled for Life Memorial at night is something unbelievable to see, especially when they're putting the gases out on the water and it ignites, and you've got the lights behind those big blocks of iron with the cutouts, and all you see is that cutout with that big block, and it's amazing. If everybody wants to do it during the day, I encourage everybody who visits DC, spend one night and walk it at night. Visit it at night. You'll have a different reflection.
Okay.
On your visit.
Yeah. Well, I like to make that pledge.
Because it's we had was it the one out in Newport Harbor? Was it AMVETS Post? I'm trying to remember.
Dude?
Yeah.
Start next week. Start next week.
I know. But it was super cool to see, from a different part of the country, and what you guys are doing there at your post there, Post 12 in DC. And then everything that you guys are doing for us veterans out there. I'm one of the dumb ones. I waited almost 20 plus years to start filing my VA benefits. And I'm still in that process now. Like my wife will tell you, it took her 15 plus years for me to even start to think about applying for VA benefits, because I was like, man, there's other veterans out there that need it more than I do. But I love that there's enough people out there, enough organizations that will help us do it and we can only be our best advocates. So I love what you guys are doing. So it's amazing. So
I do have one more question.
Yes, sir. Go ahead.
Have you been out to visit the National Military Monument that's right there at the bottom platform by Lincoln that the USAA is doing?
No, I haven't, to be honest with you, and I would love to take a look at that. And that's on my bucket list, so I'm going to do that. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's.
I may do that one at night.
I think it's there until the 26th.
I think it's 23rd.
23rd, 24th. Yeah, so it's coming up that it's leaving. I'm not going to get out there before then, even though I'm in Richmond this weekend. I have other things I'm doing. But, I just looking at videos from, the celebrities that have found their service members or other service members that have found themselves, it really shows that there are people out there that care about our service. And It's not just those that are living, right? You can go back all the way to the beginning of the military. As long as there's public record of this person, you can pull it up, you can find it. Yeah. Or, and the names are scrolling too, on either board. And just, but yeah, you just hit that, go to their webpage, type in your name, and then they'll give you a QR code, and then you give that QR code to one of the USA members there. And then they pull up your name on one of the end screens. And I think your name displays for like 60 seconds. But yeah, it's pretty neat. I found, I couldn't sleep one night and did a deep dive, and I found, myself, my dad, my grandparents, some uncles.
And what's the URL for that?
So it's monument250.usaa360.com.
All right, I'm going to look that up. Thank you.
Yes, sir. And Monument. I guess they're 18 feet tall by 30 feet long. There's two of them. There's one as you're looking at Lincoln at that lower platform, just between Lincoln and the reflective pool is where they're at on each side.
Okay.
But yeah, I guess they're massive, and they designed it so it kind of blends in with the same stone as Lincoln. There you go. So those two on each side of Lincoln there at the base, those lit up areas, the stripes, that's where the names are scrolling. And then on the end caps, I don't know which end caps, but on the end of one of the flags on each of them, there's a little kiosk, and you show your QR code, and then it'll pop up. So it's pretty neat. Yeah,
that is neat. I'm gonna go visit that this week, and take a nice photo and put it on our website. That'll be cool. Before I hit the AMVETS National Convention, and tell all our members to do the same thing. Each one, teach one. Thank you, gentlemen.
Sir. Thank you again. We're going to drop you in the green room. If you got to go and do the things that you got to do, we understand. But if you want to hang out for another 10 minutes, we'll be wrapping up the show, and we can chit chat afterwards. That's up to you.
All right. Thank you, Mr. Willis and Johnny.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
It's been an honor and a pleasure.
It's been our honor to have you on, sir. Thank you.
10 for 5.
You were there. How cool was that, Gunny?
Good stuff, man. I mean, it's always great to see veterans who continue to serve other veterans, right? And it's not just the veterans, right? It's the families. He talked about the fund that they're doing to help out the families, and some of the other things they're doing for the Gold Star families, and it's just really, really cool. And to get his perspective of what the American Veterans Act is, and the Richard Star Act, and all that stuff, right? Because we've all talked about it internally, you know, whether on this show or on the tip of the spear. But to have somebody that knows a little bit more about it, that is intertwined in it, that they're out there fighting as well, right? The same thing. The VSOs fighting, right? We haven't had any VSOs on to talk about it, to see their perspective. So it was great to get his perspective of it and where the AMVET stands on the act. So very cool.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely is cool because you hear and who said it best? I forget who said it. You see what you're looking for.
For sure.
Right.
For sure.
So if you're on your phone and you're scrolling your algorithm on TikTok or wherever, things that you search is what you see. So you don't see the other side of that story, right? And it's really cool, like you said, to have somebody who is intertwined and be able to talk to them about it and see their stance on it and their organization stance as well. I think it's super cool.
For sure.
So all right, Gunny, time it is.
So it is that time. But you know what time it really is?
Ooh, is it time? Hold on, let me get you full screen.
Let me get me a light down here. So we got that new camera, man. So this year, we brought in 5 gentlemen from 217 10th Mountain who was at the Battle of Mogadishu to do this year's blend. This year, I think it's a 4-barrel blend, maybe.
I think it was
maybe a 3-barrel, maybe a 3-barrel blend. So we're dedicating this bottle to 10th Mountain. Last year we did the Night Stalkers, the 160th. The year before that we did the Rangers. So we do the wax in the color of the unit, and the unit colors are red, white, and blue, but it's not this blue. It's not this light blue.
Right.
So those guys are like, we want infantry blue. We want the blue cord blue. And we're like, yeah, we can do that. We got you. So that's why it's that light blue with the red and the white drizzle on it. That's why the label is that light blue. And then on the back, it tells the story of the Battle of Mogadishu and how the Mogadishu Mile got started. So very, very cool. Super excited for this. Like I said, they've already sold probably close to 100 bottles. And right now it's in shop only. It's 115 proof and great buy point. 85 bones, my guy.
Oh,
so yeah, $90.10 out the door. A portion of the proceeds goes to Blue Skies for the Guys and Gals Warrior Foundation. The other half of the proceeds goes to 3 Rangers Foundation. So super excited.
Super excited, man. I'm excited to sip on it a little bit.
Yeah. And I cannot thank Jeff and Todd and Bradley and everybody at Jay Mattingly enough for their continued support. I mean, this is the 5th batch that we've done with them, and it means the world to me to be able to honor not only Gary but the other 18 guys that were killed during the Battle of Mogadishu.
Yeah. I mean, I can't wait for the Moog Mile, just the event itself. And because last year it was a phenomenal event up there in Georgetown. So I'm super excited, bro. I can't wait. Of course, we got the Vietnam Traveling Wall first coming up September 17th through the 20th here in Mount Washington, Kentucky. So I'm excited about that. But there's just a lot going on, bro, and I'm super stoked for it.
Dude, I've got a lot going on because I rolled from Moog Mile right to Warriors Honor Cruise for 10 days, and then back, and then I roll right into college football and whatever else we have going on with the team. So but a lot of cool things for me coming up. A lot of travel, man. On the schedule right now, it's Virginia, it's Maine, it's Missouri, it's Nebraska. Of course, the cruise, and then who knows from there.
Heck yeah, bro. All right, Gunny, you ready?
Yeah.
Gunny's Words of Wisdom.
Call who calls you and ignore who ignores you.
Say that again for those in the back.
Call who calls you and ignore who ignores you.
Mm. That's so powerful. I mean, because you know that you always
like Elsa, man. You gotta let it go, let it go. Drop the trash, drop the dead weight, man.
Yeah, yeah. You know, so it's we've done that. I've done that because you know you can only do so much texting, so much calling, and if you get no response back,
Yep.
it's just like, bro. So it's yeah. I'm right there with you, brother. I love it. All right, here we go. Look, you get your button ready. Get your button ready.
Yep.
It's time for the joke of the day.
So this is not really a joke. It's more of a pun. I told my doctor I broke my arm in 2 places. He said, then stop going to those places. Anyway. All right, got any time to wrap it up? You ready?
Yeah, man. Yeah, you're not alone. You still have worth. You still have value. Don't let the dark days win. And surround yourself with people that are going to build you up and not tear you down. I mean, again, this is something we say every show to close it out. And, you know, I truly mean it. You know, it's okay to pull the pebbles out the pack and drop them and leave them on the trail, you know, and not go back to them, not go back for them. You got to be able to lift your lighten your pack somehow, lighten the load somehow. And the only way we can do it is with each other.
Yeah. And Uncle Sam says you're not alone as well.
Boy, I did notice that Mr. Stinky back there changed his shirt. Hopefully it's been washed.
He changed his hat too.
Yeah.
All right. In the silence of your struggles, remember, though unseen, you are deeply held in the hearts of others. You're not alone. The uniform may come off, but the bond remains, and together we heal, together we rise, and together we carry each other forward. And the key word there is together. We can't do it by ourselves. Commander just said that we need to stop the division within the veteran community, which we talk about that all the time on HomeFront SitRep. You know, whether you're a combat veteran or non-combat veteran, whether you're VFW, whether you're AMVETS, whether you're DAV or whatever, we all have to work together to make things better for us as veterans. So that's the key word there. Be someone stranger. Listen, ladies and gents, we as humans, we're more apt to talk to a complete stranger than the ones we love the most. So be someone stranger today. And what I mean by that is when you're out and about and you see somebody and it looks like they're having a bad day, go up to them and say, hey, how are you doing today? And if they give you the red flags, I'm okay, I'm hanging in there, I'm living a dream, ask the next hard question. How are you really doing? And be ready for that conversation. It could be a 5-minute conversation. It could be an 8-hour conversation. You just have to be ready and listen. Don't try to fix them. Just listen. Sometimes we just need to get it off our chest. That's it.
Yeah, and it takes a village. Willis's village got a little bit bigger this weekend.
It did.
By attending Warrior Weekend. And I can't express enough how being alone and trying to do this alone doesn't work. You know, being in the darkness and trying to do this alone doesn't work. There's people out there that truly care about you. You have contacts in this thing that truly care about you, whether you've heard from them in the past 5 minutes or the past 5 years. There's people on here that still care about you. You know, open up your contacts, blindly scroll, hit a name, give them a call. If they answer, hey dude, just checking on you, see how you're doing. You got a couple minutes, I need to vent. If they don't, give them the message. Maybe they'll call you back. But who knows? Maybe your voice is the one that saves their life that day.
Yep. All right. So now we're going to talk about community partners. Let's go here.
Yeah, SOF Missions cannot say enough great things about this organization. Top tier by far. The entire weekend, the entire clinic is catered to you, the individual, with the exception of like the group meetings and the food, right? They're not going to individualize your food, but they will. They'll go get chicken nuggets for Willis if he needs it or he wants it. But they do offer 365-day aftercare if you choose to do so. They have other great programs. I'm not going to tell you everything because I want you to go to sofmissions.org, fill out the application, and go so you can see for yourself. Because if we keep giving you all this information, you're like, oh, I got the information. No, we're not spilling the beans anymore. Just go. They do 2 female clinics a year. And then they also do include first responders. If you're a first responder listening to this and you want to go to one of the SOF missions clinics, when you're filling it out under branch, click on that drop down, and at the very bottom, you'll see police, EMS, and fire. I don't think it's that order, but whatever. You'll see the first responder stuff at the end of the bottom of the branches. Willis and I had a firefighter with us.
Yep.
So, we say it all the time. The average person will see 5-ish traumatic events in their life. First responders see about 500. This is for you as well. Great things that they're doing down there with your mental, your physical, and your spiritual health.
Yeah. When I was up at Warrior Weekend, I was talking with CJ, and I was talking to him about SOF missions, how we went down there. And he checked it out right there on his phone. He goes, "Is this it?" I was like, "Yep." So I don't know if he went to the application process, but he knew where to go. Up next, I want to talk about heroesmediagroup.com. Listen, I'm not going to say what's going on, but if you're the praying type, do me a favor, pray for Adam and his family at this moment in time. Adam has been a great partner for us here at HomeFront SitRep for 3 years, and man, the stuff that he does for the veteran community is amazing. So just pray for Adam at Heroes Media Group, and then go check out heroesmediagroup.com. I can't say enough good things about Adam.
Yeah, ReachAcrossAmerica.org. We've been partnering with Reach Across America for probably 2.5 years now. Jeff and his entire group are amazing, doing great things. You can find us every Thursday night, 11 p.m. Eastern on Reach Across America Radio. And it's reachacrossamerica.org/radio. If you get on there right now, they have another great program playing. So yeah, but great things they're doing. If you feel so inclined, donate a wreath to your local cemetery. That way it can be placed during their Reach Across America event in December.
Amen. Up next, we got SameFlagSameOath.com. This is Matt and Becky Johnson. Happy anniversary, 24 years. So happy anniversary to that happy couple today. We partnered with Matt and Becky, and they created some shirts for HomeFront SitRep. Uncle Sam's wearing the You're Not Alone shirt, but we'll throw them here up on the screen. You got the Marine It Down. You got the spicy pineapple that says tossing joy in people's life since 1990.
Spicy pineapple.
Spicy. And then you got our HomeFront SitRep logo tee. Then we have our red Remember Everyone Deployed shirt. Then you get your hashtag You're Not Alone and hashtag Be Someone Stranger. Marine It Down comes only in that heather blue with the Marine It Down in red. The spicy pineapple, the shirt color changes. The font color stays the same. HomeFront SitRep, there's 4 different shirt colors, but the font color stays the same. Logo stays the same. The Remember Everyone Deployed, we have a black and red. Of course, if you get a red shirt, the letter is in black, and you can see by the black being red. You're Not Alone and Be Someone Stranger, 4 different shirt colors, and the font color changes as well. So go check out homefrontsitrep.com, click on our merch link, and you can see it there. But yeah, they do a lot of great things for veteran nonprofits out there. They partner with nonprofits. They support a bunch of nonprofits out there. So go check out sameflagsameoath.com. Up next is what's that song?
I must admit, I have a little engraving problem. Dude.
Oh man,
I'm wearing one. I think I got another one in the other room.
I got one here. Uncle Sam's wearing one. There's one there, and there's a bunch more coming.
Yeah.
So I think
dude, I cannot say enough great things about this company as well. 100% veteran owned small business here in Kentucky. Husband and wife owned. She was Air Force. He was in the Army. Anything you need engraving wise, from leather to metal, glass, wood, they can do. You have a logo you want on a hat, they have a bunch of different hat styles you can get. Willis is wearing the 112 FPF. I'm wearing the Richardson 112. But yeah, great things. They have obviously the red carbon fiber, purple carbon fiber,
black on black
carbon fiber. I threw all my stuff everywhere, man.
So yeah,
all over. But yeah, go to eliteengraving24.com. Send them what you think and what you want, or get you a HomeFront SitRep hat.
Yes, get you a HomeFront SitRep hat. All right, and I do have a new hat coming. So she put it on her thing. They do giveaways, right? And they randomly draw. So I shared the post. I tagged a lot of people and commented what style I wanted. Well, they did a random drawing. I won. So I have a hat coming that it's camouflage, and it's got the EKU logo and the Lindsey Wilson logo on the front. So that way my kids can say, "Hey, Dad, why are you not wearing Lindsey Wilson? Why are you not wearing?"
You can't show favoritism. So I get it.
Yeah. Up next is Valor Coins and Pins. This is Brent and Brian Casey, grandsons of the late great Herschel Woody Williams, with the Woody Williams Foundation. They've done our HomeFront SitRep coin. Gunny sent 60 coins to them. A percentage of all the coins and pins. They do pins as well. They do patches. They do a little bit of everything. But a percentage of it goes to the Woody Williams Foundation so they can continue putting the Gold Star monuments all across the United States. Gunny could probably talk about them a little bit more than I can.
Yeah, I mean, great things they're doing with those Gold Star Memorial monuments. I think it's woodywilliams.com or woodywilliamsfoundation.com, and you can see where they're trying to build monuments, or where there's monuments already. Every monument has the same build, the same front, but the back panels on the monuments are different. They put a board together for that area, and they collectively come and pick what they want on their back panels. It's just amazing things that the Woody Williams Foundation is doing. And obviously, Brent and Brian here at Valor Coins and Pins to help build these memorial monuments. And the overall goal is to get at least one in every state, and then one on the National Mall or in that area in DC to be with the other memorials and monuments.
Heck yeah. So check out valorcoinsandpins.com for your pins, coins, patches, all that good jazz.
Yeah, RDC Shoes, Darren Davis, Marine veteran, former law enforcement officer. Him and his wife started the shoe company shortly after 9/11. Right now they have the Glory, which is a red and white shoe with the blue field. And on the back, it has Folds of Honor. A portion of the proceeds of that shoe goes to Folds of Honor to help give scholarships to the kids of the fallen or severely injured. And then they have the Patriot shoe. It's the blue field with a red and white tongue. And a portion of the proceeds of that one goes to the Medal of Honor Society, the Woody Williams Foundation. And then also each pair of shoes comes with an 8.5 by 11 hero card of a Medal of Honor recipient with their citation on the back. And the portion of the proceeds for that shoe goes to the Medal of Honor Society and the Woody Williams Foundation. Great things that they're doing, and they may have more things on the way.
Heck yeah, heck yeah. And last but not least, check out HomeFrontSitRep.com. You can see all these great nonprofits, veteran business owners, veteran comedians, singers, authors. Go check out HomeFrontSitRep.com. And then while you're there, click on our merch button and buy you a shirt or buy you a hat. So other than that, Gunny, it's that time of night, my friend.
Yeah, man.
Like we always say on Homefront Sit Rep, stay safe out there.
We got your 6.
Thanks for listening. Hope you enjoyed the show.
Suggestions and comments are always welcome.
Cannot wait to have another great show with y'all.
Don't forget you can find HomeFront SitRep on Apple, Amazon, Spotify, or wherever you get your favorite podcasts.
Stay safe out there. I got your 6.